Yo, what up, y'all? So let's jump into how to kill Mr. Molten Daddy here. So now that Ultimate Valby's out, everybody's trying to get that ultimate skin. A lot of people are probably trying to do this hard Molten Fortress. So I've seen a lot of fail attempts on this bad boy. So we'll get into the tips on exactly what you want to do. So starting out the game, what I always like to do on any boss that literally takes any teamwork, any objective, in the beginning, try to tell people exactly what should happen. So if you fought this boss before, pretty much in the first phase, it's pretty normal. You're gonna shoot him, break weak points, try to get him down. Now what'll happen is when he enrages, he pretty much sets up a perimeter of rods around him. Now during that phase, he's completely immune, and he'll stay immune and he'll stay enraged unless you guys do these rods correctly. So ultimately what's supposed to happen is, if you look up, there's a square of rods, and you need all the rods to connect, which is going to deactivate the enrage, and then that's how you take them to the next phase. So in the beginning, I typically like to tell people to just put all the rods to the right. And what I mean by that, so what you'll have to do is shoot these buttons. If you see those lasers up top, ultimately what they'll do is they'll change directions. So each time you hit that button, it'll go a random direction. It could go forward, backwards, left, or right. Now, you might have to hit the button once, you might have to hit the button 4 times, it kind of just depends. But ultimately, you'll want all those rods to connect, which is going to deactivate the enrage, and then you'll be able to continue to shoot them. Now, the strategy that I use that always works, I just tell everybody to send the rods to the right. If you send them all to the right, then it's going to connect into a square. Now, what happens during that phase as well, so whenever those rods, whenever you gotta press the button and whatnot, he'll also be shooting volcanic meteors at the top of the rods. So you'll have to A, shoot those meteors and don't let them deactivate the rods, and then B, you'll have to also kill the roly-polies on the ground. And he spawns a bunch of them. There's like 15, 20 roly-polies on the ground at one point. So you have to A, switch the rods to the right or the left, whichever way you guys are doing it. B, stop those meteors from deactivating the rods. And then C, try to kill those roly-polies. But to be honest, if you have a tanky enough build, you got enough defense, enough HP, you don't gotta really worry about the roly-polies too much. But you definitely need to worry about these meteors. So he shoots like 3 or 4 of them towards each rod in each direction. But the main one you really have to worry about is the one that goes up the highest, because that's the one that's actually going to hit the rod. So ultimately what you'll do, you guys need to spread out when he enrages. Everybody needs to do a rod. Now, since there's 5 rods and 4 people, one person is going to have to do 2. Just simple math there. So what I would do, if you see someone else working on that 5th rod, you should just go into meteor duty and just try to shoot the meteors out of the sky and don't let them deactivate the rods. Now, it does get a little bit tedious, especially if people don't know the mechanic. I've done this boss a whole bunch of times, trying to get the ultimate. And yeah, a lot of people don't really know the mechanic, so I figured I'd do a little breakdown. It's really not that hard, honestly. I think it's pretty simple. But, again, if the mechanic isn't getting done, if you guys are getting smacked up by meteors, roly-polies are in the way, kind of just messing you guys up. It can get a little bit hard, and you guys can fail. As you can see, 3 people down, had to clutch up there, so it does get interesting. Now, one other thing I do want to add, you guys don't even, let's say you guys are in a team, you guys are using microphones. You guys can really just have one dude on meteor duty the entire time, just shooting meteors, making sure they don't deactivate the rods. Because this is what'll happen. Let's say that, you're doing the rods, you have your rods to the right. Let's say you're down to 1 rod left that you guys need to turn. If a meteor hits one of the other rods like 2 times, it'll deactivate that rod. And I believe the cooldown is maybe like 30 or 45 seconds. Not 100% sure on the cooldown amount until it goes back up. So if anybody knows that amount, let me know down in the comments. But I'm pretty sure it's like about 30-45 seconds. Now, one other thing I want to add in too that I see a lot, I see people breaking these weak points early. So this boss, just like any boss, what you want to do is you want to get the weak point to yellow, and once it's yellow, you just leave it there, and then you start attacking a different weak point. Now, right when he's about to enrage, I actually did it a little bit too early there because I didn't want the dude to shoot the weak point down. Once he gets close enough to enrage, what you do is you just jump on the weak point. You don't, like on controller it's R2, you know, whatever your shoot button is. I'm not sure what it is on PC, but you basically just don't punch it in while you're on there. You just sit on there, and while you're sitting on there, your team just continues to do more damage. So like, let's say you guys have some Lepic, some ultimate glaze, you guys have some nasty damage. If one guy gets up there and kind of stops him from enraging right at the time, and he kind of just hangs on to the weak point, you guys can probably do like another a third of a bar, half a bar of damage easily, you know, just without breaking that weak point and just having that extra couple of seconds. As you can see here, it kind of happened this time. Boom. Well, actually I kind of missed, but as you can see, you know what I mean, you go up there, you hold that weak point and let people do more damage, then you're literally chilling. So I think this boss fight is actually pretty simple. You know, as you can see right there, I was able to switch it in just one shot. But you know, some of them may take 3 times hitting that button, may take 4 times hitting that button. So you just want to make sure you're looking up while you're doing this. And you know, also too, you got to be making sure that you're dodging these lava, I don't know, lava blasts that are coming out of the ground. So it's definitely a lot going on in this fight, but if you understand the mechanic, it should make it a lot easier. So, you know, hopefully this video helps you guys out. Of course, if you guys are out there trying to get that ultimate Balbi, also a couple of Transcendent red mods only dropped from the hard Molten, like the one for Glay. So yeah, you'll definitely have to do this boss at some point. And one other thing I'm gonna add in too, when you have the opportunity, please kill these roly-polies, because he spawns like 15, 20 roly-polies, and you know what I mean, if you let him spawn these like 2 or 3 times, there's just literally an army of roly-polies, and they can really get in your way. Especially like if this goes more than like 2 rotations, those roly-polies could definitely become a problem because they're literally just standing in the way. And then, you know, you're trying to do the rods, and then you're also trying to dodge the fire, so it can get pretty annoying. But hopefully this video helps you guys out. Go out there, get those ultimates, grind up those Transcendent modules. As always, I appreciate you guys checking out the vid, and I'll see you on that next one. Peace.
Critical damage detected. Seem to be in trouble.